Back to the second session of political science class. Okay, so in the morning session, we discussed about Second World War, end of Second World War, and the beginning of the Cold War. Okay, and how these two power blocks emerged. Okay, clear. Now back to your textbook, everyone. Just open it. The thing is visible, right? I mean, the textbook is visible for you people. Please open your textbook, everyone. And we are here. Okay, so destruction of the societies. So both these countries know that using of these nuclear weapons, okay, they cannot justify that. Whatever may be the political gain, okay, but the countries cannot justify the use of nuclear weapons because it will create massive destruction in the world. In the event of a nuclear war, both sides will be so badly harmed that it will be impossible to declare one side or the other as the winner. Okay, so both these countries are very powerful. It is impossible to declare who is the winner. Very important aspect. Okay, so both these countries are able to use this nuclear weapon. After using of these nuclear weapons, nobody is able to define who is the winner. Okay, so it will create mass destruction. Even if one of them tries to attack and disable the nuclear weapons of its rival, the other would still be left with enough nuclear weapons to inflict unacceptable destruction. Okay, so if one country trying to attack and disable the nuclear weapons of its rival, just imagine. Okay, but there's a threat for the world. What is that? Another one is there with the same weapons with them. Clear or not? Okay, okay. So this is called the logic of weapons. To inflict unacceptable destruction. This is called the logic of deterrence, defense. Both sides have the capacity to retaliate against an attack and to cause so much destruction that neither can afford to initiate war. Okay, so both these countries are not engaging in a nuclear war. They are defending to each other, not ready to attack, because both of these countries know that if they started a nuclear war, it will create mass destruction and nobody is able to declare the winner. Okay, clear. Thus, the Cold War, in spite of being an intense form of rivalry between great powers, remained a cold and not hot or a shooting war. So we can say both these powers are not interested to fight. Okay, always they use the technique. What is that? A tactic, deterrence, defend other. Okay, not ready to attack, not ready to attack. So Cold War is a situation, it's an intense tension, or what you can say, rivalry between the great powers, that are US and USSR. Okay, the deterrence relationship prevents war, but not the rivalry between the powers. Okay, so they use the technique to defend that avoided the war. Okay, clear or not? But the rivalry between these countries increased like anything. The rivalry increased like anything between these countries. Okay, not the main military features of the Cold War. The two superpowers and the countries in the rival blocs led by the superpowers were expected to behave as a rational and responsible actors. Clear? So all these countries basically they are acting in the political field. Okay, clear. So these two rival powers and their allies countries also, they are thinking rationally because they know if they use these atomic weapons, okay, nobody is able to justify that. They were to be rational and responsible in the sense that they understood the risk of fighting war that might involve the two superpowers. When two superpowers and the blocs led by them are in a deterrence relationship, fighting war will be massively destructive. So these allies and these superpowers know that, and they use the technique. What is that? A logic. What is that? Deterrence, defend, just defense. Okay, Defend only, not ready to attack, not ready to attack. Both these countries are trying the same technique, same tactic. All the allies also doing the same one, because they know that, okay, if they are engaging in the war, it will lead to a massive destruction. Okay, the war will be a destructive one. So Second World War completed. Now here almost all the reasons are there for the Third World War. Okay, basically US and USS are ready to do that also, because nuclear weapons are with them. Okay, that time this is important for us. Already Albert Einstein, he made a comment. What is that? If there is a Third World War, human beings will use only sticks and stones to fight the Fourth World War. So everybody know that war, if a Third World War is there, it is very much bad for the humanity, and it is that destructive, massively destructive, that the term used here, massively destructive. So both these groups are not ready to start a fight. So we can see destructive. Responsibility therefore meant being restrained and avoiding the risk of another world war. So here responsibility of the countries shows nothing but, okay, the countries, I mean the superpowers and the allied countries are trying almost all the things to avoid war between these superpowers and these blocks. Okay, what are the two blocks? What are the two blocks here? Power blocks?
US and USSR.
That is superpowers. Along with their allies, we will use a term, what is that? A block. Okay, a power block. Two power blocks are there. One power block is led by US, another is led by USSR. What is the name of these power blocks? The different names you can use that. One is the Eastern Allies and the Western. Clear? Capitalist bloc and the socialist bloc. Like that, various names is used by the historians. In this sense, the Cold War managed to ensure human survival. Okay, so Cold War, it's a period where there is no hot war, that basically helpful for the human survival. So it is after 1945, soon after the Second World War, end of the Second World War. Okay, clear or not? Humanity or the world countries are not ready to fight a Third World War, because they are just escaped from the problems that caused by the Second World War. So you can see a picture here, a map. Okay, here map showing the way Europe was divided into rival alliances during the Cold War period. So the Europe that divided into two groups, clear or not? So you can see the yellow color NATO members, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. We will discuss about that later. Next one, the red color one, Warsaw Pact members. So the yellow color shows capitalist countries, and the red color shows what is that? Socialist one. Socialist one. Okay. Next one, the green color, other communist nations. Okay, affectionate towards the socialist bloc. Socialist bloc, and the gray color indicator others, which means there is no decision. Okay, those countries are not the part of these two power blocks. These two power blocks. You can see here USSR, Moscow. Okay, Warsaw, Poland is the name of a city. I mean the capital one of Poland. East Germany. Okay, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria. Okay, and Yugoslavia. Clear? These are the countries basically that is that much close to this, what we can say, socialist bloc. Socialist bloc. Okay, other side. Okay, other side. Who are they? Norway. Here you can see Norway. Okay, West Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, Britain, Italy, okay, Greece, Turkey, they are at the other edge, other side. Clear? Clear? Okay, so just to understand how the world is divided. Okay, next topic for us, the emergence of two power blocks. How these power blocks emerged. This group of countries emerged. Okay, already we know that it is on the basis of economical policies. Clear or not? Not related with dictatorship, democracy, or something like that. Okay, it is purely economic policies, capitalist ideology against the socialist ideology, right? Okay, clear. Socialism against the capitalism. The two different philosophies and different ideologies here. Okay, so the two superpowers were keen on expanding their space of influence in different part of the world. Both these superpowers tried to increase their influence on other countries. Clear or not? Try to increase the influence on other countries. Today, in today's world, we know that China is doing that. China is doing that. They are trying to establish their territory. Okay, not the geographical one, basically their economical territory. Clear? They are investing money in almost all the different countries. They are giving loans to every country there. Clear? And making that country to obey and behave as China thinks. Clear or not? Clear or not? I already told you that they have constructed a what is that? A harbor in Sri Lanka. What is the need there? It is free. The construction is free. The harbor is free for Sri Lanka. What they demanded, they will keep their warship, one warship in that port. Why it is so? It is against or creating a threat against India. Clear? Clear. So that's what China doing today. So that time, okay, at the time of the Cold War, these superpowers tried to cooperate with or create allies or making other countries to join with them. Okay. A state was supposed to remain tied to its protective superpower to limit the influence of other superpower and its allies. Once one country is joined with one superpower, always they will try to avoid the connection with the other superpower and its allies. And its allies. Clear? Clear? And the other superpower always try to avoid the influence of other superpower on that particular country. Clear? Clear? Okay. For example, just imagine India is an ally of Russia. Clear? So what America will do? America try to reduce the influence of Russia in India. Clear? And Russia will try to improve that. Vice versa. Opposite also. We are able to find it. Okay, the smaller states in the alliances use the link to the superpowers for their own purposes. The small countries use the connection with the superpowers for their own development. Clear or not? So here you can see Bulgaria is able to threaten Turkey. Why? Because if anything happened to Bulgaria, who will ask? Who is here to help them? Who is here to help them?
Russia.
Bulgaria is a small country, right or not? Okay, clear or not? And Bulgaria is able to threaten Turkey because they know that if anything happened to Bulgaria, Russia is ready to help them. Romania is able to help them. Hungary is there, Czechoslovakia is there, Poland is there. Okay, these countries will definitely help them. So power is there with these small countries also. Clear or not? Hmm? Okay. So just imagine this is the situation. Okay, the smaller states in the alliances use the link to the superpowers for their own purposes. They got the promise of protection, weapons, and economic aid. So the superpowers, what guaranteed, they guaranteed protection, they guaranteed weapons, okay, and they guaranteed economic aid, economic help. Clear? Protection is there, weapons are there, and economic support also is there. So definitely the small countries will join with any of this group, right? Definitely. Here comes the importance of our country, India. We are not the part of, still today we can say that we are not the part of any of these allies. Clear or not? We are purchasing weapons from both America and Russia, even from France also, we are purchasing weapons. What is the last sophisticated weapon that what we purchased from France? It's an aircraft. There are a number of controversies are related with that purchase. What is the name of that aircraft? Nonsense. So sad. So sad. What is the name of that aircraft? Heard about the Rafale jets? Huh? Rafale jets. Okay. The most sophisticated aircraft. Okay, bomber jet it is. Okay, fighter jet. Okay, that we included in the squadron. Okay, nearly 20 such planes are there. Okay, this month it will increase to 20, I think so. Okay, so 18 will be there in a particular airspace as a squadron, and 2 will be there in Bangalore to protect the southern boundary of India. Okay, sorry, rivalries. The alliance system led by the two superpowers, therefore, threatened to divide the entire world into two camps. This division happened first in Europe. Most countries of Western Europe sided with the US, and those of Eastern Europe joined the Soviet camp. That is why these were also called the Western and the Eastern alliances. I already told you, right? Hmm? Eastern Europe with the whom? Russia. Western Europe with the US. That's why we are using this term, the Western alliances and the Eastern alliances. The Western alliances and the Eastern alliances. So you know that Russia, okay, present day Russia, that day, okay, take it to USSR, it's a Eurasian country. Eurasian country. What do you know by the term Eurasian? Eurasian. It's a Eurasian country. What do you mean by Eurasian?
Europe and Asia.
That country is spread. Okay, spread out in both continents. Okay, Europe and Asia. That's what we can say. It's a Eurasian country, not continent. Eurasian country. Clear or not? Okay, just note down. Okay, so just keep that idea with you. So that's why we can say two alliances are there. One is the Western alliances that we can see in the yellow color here, basically supporting US, United States, United States. The other side, what is that? The red and green, you can see that is the eastern side supporting USSR. USSR, right? Clear? Okay. They are the Eastern Alliance. Eastern Alliance. Clear? Okay. So why basically the Europeans they accepting US? It's another continent. Huh? Why they accepted America, North America, United States of America? Why? Why? Basically, the Americans are from Europe only, right? They are Europeans, right? What about Australians? Hmm? Australia, it was one of the colony of Britain once, right? Right? Yes or no? Do you know that? And Britain used Australia to exile or send the criminals from England for an exile. Clear? Later, that people increased in numbers, and Australian people is basically they are from Europe. Clear? Basically from England. The people of America. Who's the original people of America? Original people of America. Further, an idea. The original inhabitants of America had about Red Indians. Red Indians? No idea. Okay, the original inhabitants of America. Later, the people from Europe they moved to America. Okay, who discovered America? See, political science and history is like an ocean, right or not? That many things are there. We want to know that. We want to study that. Clear? Easy simply you are able to do those things there because you need to improve a habit of reading. Habit of reading, not just the textbook. Number of things are available. Clear or not? So, heard about Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus. And America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, another explorer. Another explorer. Amerigo Vespucci. He's the real one, those who discovered America. Clear or not? And Christopher Columbus is proved that it is America. Okay, that's what America got the name. What is that? America after the famous explorer Amerigo Vespucci. Clear? Okay. First Christopher Columbus reached India, right? right. But he named that area as India too. And finally, he came to know that that is not India. That is not India. And today, that continent, I mean, that country is known as. How about West Indies? How about West Indies? Okay, West India, West Indies. Our country is the original East India, East India. So West Indies. Is there any countries there in the map called West India? Sorry, West Indies. Can you find? Okay, check in the world map and find out the country named West Indies. Can you do that? Can you do that? You cannot. Try to do that. Try to do that and send me that photograph. Okay, of West Indies. Okay, try to find out. Clear? So, are you thinking these things are difficult? These things are difficult for you people? Tell me. Come on fast. I want to know your answers also. Come on fast. Are you thinking these things are difficult? Hmm? It is easy to learn from the textbook, right? Right? Tell me. Only the points, spoon feeding. Is that good? Huh? Is that good or not? Tell me. You don't want to know other things there. No other information is needed. If you are saying any other information, almost all you people face, I can feel that you are sad. You are in a dilemma. What is that? Why I am like this? Why I don't know all these things? Don't think like that. You're small kids. Time is there with you people. Okay, you can improve. You can improve, right? Just 15 or 16, right? Time is there. 17. Some students are there at 17 also. Some already voted in the election. I know that. Who is that? Anybody? Nobody. Okay, let it be. Okay, so time is there with you people. My humble request for you people. Okay, don't regret. No need. Okay, so I am able to give almost all the answers that related with these topics there. Clear? Okay, that knowledge I secured or I am acquired through years of reading. Clear or not? Continuous reading. So it is a preferable thing that you can also do. What is that? Reading. Improve it. Okay. We have a collection of books with you people. With that Kalikuduka, Balarama, or Minna Minni, or something like that. No. Ashish Benny? Ashish Benny? No answers from Ashish Benny. Hmm? Either or not? Or Vanida Mahila Ratnam? Huh? No. You're reading such books or not? So information is available from almost all the printed materials there. That is up to us want to use it or not. Clear or not? Okay. Informations are available from almost all the printed material. So it's up to you people. Okay, you can decide want to read it or not. So just try to read more books there. Okay. Clear. Okay, then improve the knowledge. That's all. So come back. I just telling all you things, these things because I cannot skip it because all these things are connected. All these things are connected. That's what I'm telling all these things there, right? So telling about America, I want to say who discovered that? Clear or not? Okay, so that's what. Are you writing all these GK questions? Writing or not? That's good. Okay, fine. So moving forward. So we completed here and we finally came to a conclusion. Number of countries in the western side of Europe, they joined with the US, and number of countries in the eastern side of Europe that joined with the USSR. Okay. The Western Alliance was formalized into an organization. Okay, here comes the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or famously known as NATO. What is that? NATO. Okay. And the entire world that divided into three groups. Three groups. What are they? The first world, the second world, and the third world. Okay. First and second world countries are economically developed. Clear or not? But the third world countries are developing countries. See, almost all the South American continent, the countries in the South American, and Mexico in North America. That green color, it is Mexico. Mexico. Okay. Next, all the African countries, including Madagascar. This is Madagascar Islands. Madagascar. Movies are there, right? Animation movies, the Madagascar. Do you watch that one? Elvina? Elvina watched. Elvina? No. No or yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, Madagascar. So that's what the Madagascar Island. Okay. And you come to here, you can see India is here. Some part of almost the South Asia. Okay, South Asia. Middle East. Middle East countries. Okay, clear. And Oceania countries. Oceania, these island countries. Indonesia, Java, Sumatra, Jakarta, Philippines. Okay, all those countries in this region. It's island countries, right? Okay, these are the third world. Okay, here you can see the first world, US, Canada, Alaska, Australia. Okay, most of the European countries here like France, Portugal, Spain, Britain. Okay, here, which country is this? This one, in this circle. Come on, tell me. Fast. Contemporary world politics. So, want to know about the countries, their position, and their capitals. Name their country. It's an island country. Their cricket team's jersey color is black. And the icon is a feather. That a feather or a feather-like structure, I don't know. Any idea? Connected with the kiwi? No idea. Okay, it's New Zealand. Ashish, tell me what is the answer? New Zealand, that one. Okay, so one work for you people. Don't take it as a burden. Okay, so take the world map. Okay, take the world map and learn names of the countries that's situated in different continents. Different continents. Clear or not? Clear or not? How many days you want for that? Take 1 month, no problem. 1 month. 1 month. Okay. So there are 6 continents are there, right? How many are there? Ashish? How many continents are there? Ashish Benny, no answers from you. Why? What happened to you? Tell me, Amal Raj, how many continents are there?
7.
Ah, 7. Okay, good. But do you want to study only the names of the countries from 6 continents? Why it is so? Why it is so?
Antarctica.
Ah, it's Antarctica, the 7th one. Oh, continents are there, right? Okay, let it be. So, remember, sometime you want to think rationally, logic should be there, right or not? Okay, I told only 6 minutes, don't ask me the, sir, 7 continents are there. Okay, so why it is so? There is no country in that continent. Okay, so I giving all of a sudden to learn all these continents and countries, you will not do that. Okay, so do one thing. For next week, countries from North America and South America. North America and South America. 1 week. Learn along with the names of the capital cities. Capital cities. Clear? Clear? North and South America, including Greenland, this area. Learn within 1 week. Okay, let it be. So these are the 3 divisions: first world, second world, and third world. The Western Alliance was formalized into an organization, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, otherwise termed as NATO, which came into existence in April 1949. Okay, April 1949, It was an association of 12 states which declared that armed attack of any one of them in Europe or North America would be regarded as an attack on all of them. Clear or not? What is the declaration here? If any country attacked any of the member country in that NATO, 12 countries are there. Okay, it is declared as attack on these 12 countries, and all these 12 countries will attack against the enemy. That's what NATO. Clear? Okay. So, and any one of them in Europe or North America would be regarded as an attack on all of them. Each of these states would be obliged to help the other. The Eastern Alliance, known as the Warsaw Pact. Okay. So, the Western Alliance, they made a group. What is that? NATO. Okay. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, 12 member countries. The same time, other side, the Eastern Alliances also, or Eastern Alliance also made one group, one organization named as the Warsaw Pact. Warsaw Pact, another organization. So Warsaw, you can see capital of Poland. These countries joined together. They met here at Warsaw and they created this organization termed as the Warsaw Pact. Pact means an agreement. Was led by Soviet Union. It was created in 1955 and its principal function was to counter NATO's forces in Europe. Okay. The main agenda of this Warsaw Pact to counter or defend, okay, the NATO, defend the NATO. Okay, clear or not? So it is like a Thrissur Puram, right? Thrissur Puram, two groups are there, Tirumbadi and Paramekavu. Okay, the Tirumbadi, Kodamatam, you are observed. And number of other programs are there related with Thrissur Puram, right? But what the recent news related with Thrissur Puram? Thrissur Puram is there or not? I mean, they're celebrating this year or not? But the newspaper?
Puram is there, but no people is allowed.
No public intervention, right? Nobody can. Okay, so let it be. So a competition with these two groups there. Okay, so they made a NATO, we made Warsaw. Okay, that's what. Okay, the Western group made a NATO and the Eastern group made a, what do you can say, Warsaw Pact to defend the NATO. So international alliances during the Cold War era were determined by the requirements of the superpowers and the calculations of the smaller states. As noted above, Europe became the main arena or a place of conflict between the superpowers. In some cases, the superpowers used their military power to bring countries into their respective alliances. Clear? So both these power groups tried to increase their dominance, okay, or increase their control over other countries. Sometimes the superpowers even use the force, the weapons, okay, or their military to take some countries under their control. So Soviet intervention in East Europe provides an example. Okay, Soviet intervention in East Europe. Most of the European countries in the eastern side, they become the part of USSR's Warsaw Pact only because they are afraid of Russia. Clear? Clear or not? They are not joined with Russia. What will happen there? Russia will attack them. Okay. Then the country will not be there on the map. So they are that much afraid and join with the Russia. Okay. The Soviet Union used its influence in Eastern Europe, backed by the very large presence of its armies in the countries of the region. So Russia used its army, famously known as the Red Army, to control the other small countries, to ensure that the eastern half of the Europe. So Russia got that much power in this region because a Red Army defeated Germany, right? Red Army, sir, defeated Germany and showed Adolf Hitler the way to heaven or hell, we don't know. Anyway, so Hitler suicide because of the Red Army. Clear or not? They attacked Germany and they controlled Germany. Okay, invaded Germany totally. Okay, so almost all these countries in this region is afraid of Russia, so joined with them. Okay, so Europe remained within its sphere of influence. Sorry, here we are, backed by the very large presence of its armies in the countries of the region to ensure that the eastern half of the Europe remained within its sphere of influence. So eastern sphere or eastern area is under the control of Russia. In East and Southeast Asia and in West Asia, I mean the Middle East, Arabian countries, the United States built an alliance system called the Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, SEATO. Okay, then what happened? America, I mean the US, they made another treaty organization in where East and Southeast Asia, West Asia. Okay, that as organization is termed as SEATO. Okay, and another one more organization to support America, that is CENDO, Central Treaty Organization. Central Treaty Organization, CENDO. Okay, NATO, CETO, CENDO. Clear? Three organizations to support America, and it is the American alliance. The Soviet Union and the Communist China responded by having close relationship with regional countries such as North Vietnam, North Korea, and Iraq. The same time, Russia made an alliance with the communist China, North Vietnam, okay, and North Korea, and Iraq. So if you're observing, so we can understand that this North Vietnam, North Korea, and Iraq mostly ruled by dictators. North Korea is still under the control of a dictator. Can anyone tell me the name of that dictator? The North Korean ruler? Hmm? Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. Okay, that's a North Korean dictator. And in Iraq, it was Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein. Write down. Okay, the name of the lead is general knowledge things, nothing important. Okay, so nothing important in the senses. Sometime after completing your studies, you will go to write the different examinations there. That time it will become serious. Okay, general knowledge. That is that much important. Okay, the Cold War threatened to divide the world into two alliances. Okay, so we know, as we know, the Cold War, what the Cold War did here, that divided, okay, the entire world into two alliances. Under these circumstances, many of the newly independent countries, after gaining their independence from the colonial rule, such as Britain and France, were worried that they would lose their freedom as soon as they gained formal independence. Clear? So, you know that after the Second World War, 1945, the power distribution in the world, it is changed. Britain lost its power. Okay, so they are unable to control almost all these colonies. So they started giving independence for their colonies. So we also got independence in the year 1947. So there's a doubt for you people. We studied that we got independence through the national movement, right? But here it is because what? The Second World War. Any reality behind it? The reality behind it. Okay. So I am giving that opportunity for you people, and you want to find out that. Okay. As a teacher, I am not able to give a such answers for you people. Okay. That is up to your morality and your sense and the rationality. Okay. So after you will come to a conclusion while reading number of books there, or let it be. So that countries got independence after the Second World War from the colonial countries or colonial powers like Britain and France. They worried about their independence. They worried about their independence. Cracks and splits within the alliances were quick to appear. Communist China quarreled with the USSR. Okay, so the newly independent countries, they are worried about their independence. Worried about their independence. Their main worry is that they are unable to enjoy this independence for a long. Okay, so at the same time, cracks and splits started in the alliances. Cracks and splits started in the alliances, Western alliances and alliance and Eastern alliance. What happened here? Communist China quarreled with the USSR. There's a conflict between Communist China and Russia. Okay, quarreled with the USSR towards the late 1950s, and in 1969 they fought a brief war over a territorial dispute. Okay, there's a small war, a brief war over a territorial dispute against, between China and Russia. The other important development was the non-alignment movement. Now here we are here. NAM, non-alignment movement, which gave the newly independent countries a way to stay out of the alliances. So NAM or non-alignment movement that created the third world group. Okay, they are group of countries not ready to join with the Western Alliance or the Eastern Alliance. NAM, non-aligned movement. Clear? Clear? Okay, I'm stopping here today. Okay, so write down the notes. Okay, already you wrote the notes there, right? So write down some questions. Write down some questions. Why did superpowers have military alliances? Why did the superpowers have military alliances with smaller countries? Give three reasons. Give three reasons. Give three reasons. Give three reasons. Okay. Next question. The Cold War produced an arms race, as well as arms control, as well as arms control. What were the reasons for both these developments? What were the reasons for both these developments? All from your textbook? Okay, so these two questions. Okay, it's NCERT questions. Find out the answers and write it. And tomorrow there is no political science class for you people, right? Is there or not? You check the timetable? No, right? Okay, fine. So read the textbook thoroughly. Okay. And understand the things properly. Okay. Understand the things properly. So this is the first chapter. You want to know this chapter perfectly. Then only we are able to explain the coming chapters. Okay, that time don't ask what is this NATO, what is this ETO, what is this CENTO, what is the Warsaw Pact, what is the power blocks, what is Eastern Alliance and what is Western Alliance. Don't ask us questions that time. Any doubt means clarify that. Learn this chapter properly. Okay. Then we will meet in the next class. Guys, thank you very much. Bye. Any doubt? Any doubts are there? No questions. No doubts. Amal Das, any doubt? No. No doubt. Okay. Sneha? No doubt. Any doubt? Okay. So, okay, guys. Then thank you.